The Orleans Parish coroner identifies 4 of 5 people killed in a violent night last Thursday, and 3 are teenagers. 15-year-old Kamari Bellamy died at a double homicide on North Claiborne in the lower 9th Ward. That same shooting also killed 28-year-old Lee Wilson. And a separate shooting that night killed 17-year-old Sean Sims on Lawrence Road in New Orleans East. The NOPD is searching for Irving Allen in connection to his death. The NOPD says he may have cut his hair and beard and is known to drive an older Pontiac Grand Prix with a Texas plate. And in the same night, gunfire took the life of 17-year-old Zarek LeBeau near the intersection of Champatulis and Rousseau Street near the Lower Garden District. LeBeau was set to graduate from Eleanor McMain High School in just 12 days.